Hello everyone, this is Matt Johnson, Education Director with Audubon, South Carolina. For those of you that aren't familiar with eBird, it's a website where you can report sightings of birds that you see either in your backyard or while you're on a bird walk or anywhere you go in the entire world, and it collects data from birders all across the United States and the world to help monitor real-time changes in bird populations and ultimately to help in bird conservation. So the first way to get started is just go to the eBird website, which is ebird.org. When you go to the website, this page will come up. If you've never used eBird before, my suggestion would be to start with the About page, which gives you some information about eBird, including the things that I just listed, but it allows you to keep track of your personal lists for birds, life lists if you're interested in doing that. You can also explore information, explore data submitted by other birders, and share your information, ultimately contribute to science and conservation. So to get started, just click on the My eBird link. On the right hand side, you can create a new account. The great thing about this is that if you participate in any other citizen science project such as the Great Backyard Bird Count or Project Feeder Watch, your login will be the same for all of those. And if you click on create account, it's very simple and it's free, and it doesn't require you to input a lot of information, just your name, an email address, and you choose a username and password. I'm going to go back to my eBird and log in. Once you log in, it's going to take you to your My eBird page. If you just signed up, all of this information will be blank, which you can see not the case for me since I have been using eBird for a couple years now, but it will keep track of your life list, your stats for bird sightings for the year, as well as your list for different locations from the county level all the way up to the hemispheric or the world level. On the right hand side, there are several tabs where you can look at checklists that you have submitted. So if, for instance, you wanted to look up a sighting or a list that you submitted a year ago, you could do that with Manage My Checklists. You could also summarize your observations from a particular location if you wanted to. You can share checklists with others. I'll show you how to do that in a second. You can also import and export data. And now eBird has a new feature where you can create a profile that's visible to other members of eBird. You can put in a pic photo. It'll also show where you've birded in the United States. And as you scroll down, pictures that you've uploaded, as well as the latest checklist that you've submitted. But if you're new to eBird or you haven't done very much with eBird and you log in, you come to the My eBird page, there may not be a lot of information here yet, but say you are out birding and you have some sightings that you'd like to put in, all you do is log in, go to Submit Observations. You can enter a location, you can find it on a map, you can use lat-long coordinates, and as you input locations, it will save these locations for you. You can find these easily if you are birding an area that you have birded before and submitted observations. So I'm going to submit some observations from Francis Byler Forest, which is where I'm talking to you from today. And so click on that location or find it on a map if you don't already have it saved and hit continue. eBird wants you to enter a few pieces of information, namely the date. I'm going to enter today's date, which is October 30th. It wants you to insert an observation type. Were you stationary? Were you moving? Is this something that you saw in years past and you don't remember specific information, but you remember where you saw it? You can do it under historical. Or if you're not birding, but you happen to notice a bird in a location, you can insert your sightings under incidental. But I was walking on our boardwalk here, so I'm going to put traveling, and then you simply enter when you started, how long you were observing birds for, about how far you traveled, and how many were in your party. If you like, you can enter general comments about the weather or any other things that came up that may be useful, but that's optional. You hit continue, and eBird is going to automatically generate a list of the most likely species that will be in the area for the date and location that you entered, and it is arranged taxonomically. You can change that to be alphabetically if you prefer it, and you can scroll down the list and insert as you go, or if you have a written checklist that you have kept. A lot of birders like to write down birds as they're seeing them in a notebook or on their phone, and so you may want to do this just by jumping to a species. You can enter just the name of the bird, or you can enter the banding code if you know that. But say you saw Carolina chickadee, you just enter Carolina chickadee or get close to it, and it will automatically identify it for you. You click on it, it'll take you right to it, and you can insert your quantity of chickadees that you observed. And once you've done that for all the species you wish to report, you simply just click on the fact that you are submitting a complete checklist, and then you hit submit. If you observe species that are not on this checklist, they may be listed as rare. So if you click on show rarities, it will allow you to enter information for a rare bird. You will be prompted by eBird to provide some sort of information. You can embed a photograph into your eBird report if you have a photograph of the bird, or you can submit written comments if it is a bird that's rare to the area. Once you've done all that, you simply hit submit, and you have a checklist. You can print it, you can download it, you can email it to yourself, or you can share it with others in your party. To do that, you will need to know either their email address or their username associated with eBird. If you click on that, it will give you a list of people.